Well, good morning, everyone. I'm one that I really don't think needs a mic, but I will use it for today. So I've been tasked with bidding you greetings. I'm bidding you greetings on behalf of the whole Virginia Department of Corrections. Everyone looks well today, and this is such a monumentous occasion. I'm just so happy to be here and just happy to be the leader of one of the institutions that Freedom Reads has chosen to partnership with. So I'm going to start. I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to a few people. I want to say thank you to our executive leadership that showed up here today from Atmore, our regional leadership that showed up today, and all of the institutional staff that's here today. It takes a village, and I thank you for being part of our village today. I want to also thank the gentlemen here, the population that we serve, because this is all to benefit you. With that being said, the last thing I want to say a great thank you to Freedom Reads. We could not do this without you, and again, you are part of our village. This is such a beneficial partnership. Reading, we couldn't ask for anything more, an educational tool for our population that we serve. We all know the benefits of reading. We know that. Reading will exercise your brain. It will help you increase focus and memory, and it will help correct and prevent cognitive decline. So we couldn't ask for anything more. So today I just want to welcome you and thank you, and we look forward to the show. And everyone looks great again. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Warden, very much for that wonderful message. At this time, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Dwayne Betts, who is the Freedom Reads founder. Let's give a hand of applause for Mr. Betts.
And I want to give some thanks too. This is actually a really complicated ordeal, and one of the ways that you know that it's complicated is that you watched what happened yesterday, and we had to have a huge commitment from a lot of people. So first, I'm gonna say we had to have a huge commitment from the men that's incarcerated. When we come into your space, and typically they don't allow. I mean, when I was locked up, nobody came on the housing units unless they were with like the warden or the commissioner or the lieutenant, and that was few and far between. I think folks just never came inside. I never had a writer come into a prison when I was locked up. I was locked up for 8.5 years. And we were locked up during the time period where people were talking about these issues outside, but they just weren't coming inside, at least not in Virginia. And so that means that maybe y'all aren't accustomed to somebody like me coming in. And maybe y'all definitely are not accustomed to somebody like me coming in with cameras onto the housing units. And y'all could have looked at us like we were crazy. And y'all could have resented the fact that we were there with cameras. The first thing somebody actually said to me, though, he wasn't talking to me, he was talking to Marcus. He was like, what the f*** y'all doing here? And we was like, yo, we coming for libraries, yo, we building libraries in this joint. And dude was like, oh, that's what's up. But every housing unit we went to, people welcomed us, and nobody looked at us askance. And I really do appreciate that, because I'm always frightened when I come into prisons about how this work will be received. I don't do it for whatever accolades I might get out in the world, and I have gotten a few, but I do it for real to get a response from people that's inside. And there was some stuff that happened yesterday that I found like deeply moving and meaningful in ways that I wouldn't have expected. I just talked to this brother just now. I'm walking on the yard, and he's like, yo, do you work for Dwayne Betts? I was like, I know, dude. He was like, look, man, I just came here, man, and I went to the library this morning, and I picked up his book. And I don't think you know it, man, but I'm listening to you telling me this, and I'm like, because I didn't know that my book would be in St. Bryce Institutional Library. Not because I didn't think that the librarians didn't care, but because sometimes you just don't have a budget, and you're making choices, and I'm not so arrogant to think that my book is going to be the choice that every librarian makes. But they did here. And you got the book on the very morning that we were building libraries, and that's not the kind of story that you could make up. And but I think hearing that was the kind of thing that motivates me, right?
All right, 1, 2, 3.